I am very excited to be going over to your symbol AMC in today's video because I believe that we are about to have a massive breakout coming very, very soon. Also, I'll be providing my subscribers with free ARK Invest buy-side sellers at the end of each of my videos. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the technical analysis. I mentioned AMC when it was right around here and we've had some massive gains. However, like I stated before, I believe that the run is not over yet. We all saw AMC go to that $20 range and then it had a massive pullback. When I saw this massive pullback, I decided that this just went down too much, and so I entered because I believed that it was a major bottom. And I stated all this in my previous videos. It's not just that I thought that it was a bottom, because thinking is one thing, but it was actually because the technical analysis was just showing a whole different sign. I really depended on the stochastic RSI when I decided that, okay, I'm going to enter, because it did seem like we were in a bottom, then it was correct, because every time, this was all the way in February, like the end of February, when I first entered my AMC position, but we usually, when we're at the stochastic RSI, we usually bottom, and that proved to be correct. So that was actually really, really interesting and really good for us. But what should we be expecting now? Because AMC is now at this gap that I am really, really liking on the technical side, because this is what I wanted, and this is what I stated in my previous video. So in my previous video, I stated that this would be resistance number 1, this would be support number 1, this would be support number 2, this would be the 630 area, and then support number 3, which I doubt it will go back to, is the $2.11 area. Let's not focus about the support all the way at the 211 area, because I drew that a long time ago. That was actually when I was first about to enter in a position here, which I ended up doing, because I said that we could go all the way here, but I said, you know what, the stochastic RSI is already bottomed out, let me just take the position right now. So that's what I ended up doing. So honestly, don't even worry about the 211 area. It's probably not going to go there. I doubt it will. But support number 1 that you should be looking out for is the 872 area. That is definitely one that you guys want to watch out for. And then support number 2 that you also want to be aware of would be the 632 area that I already mentioned that. But anyways, so the good news is that AMC right now is in between the support and resistance. And in my previous video, we were not at this area, guys. We were actually below this resistance. And I said we needed to break it if we wanted to even think of going all the way to that 1305 area. 1305 is very important. And honestly, with earnings, we were not able to hit the 1305 area, but it looks like that might be in our favor, because right now, I thought with earnings, it was either going to break and then we would like hit back to almost all-time highs. I thought we would at least hit 1305, and then from there we would hit the 1603 mark, which we did not. That's totally fine. However, my biggest fear with earnings, which honestly wasn't even too bad, and when I say that, I'm not talking about the fundamentals, I'm just talking about the chart and the price action and the technicals, but I thought with earnings, we would either have a massive spike and then people would just dump shares, or I thought, you know, it would just turn out to be a whole dump. Everyone would just start selling their shares. But as I stated, the good news is that we did not do that. What actually happened was we opened up here and then we went all the way up to that 1258 area. We did not hit 1305, but we were very close. But unfortunately, we did go all the way back down to that 952 area. But the good thing is that we did close at the 989 area. So this is all very good. And actually, what I'm going to do right now is, as I just mentioned that, I actually just realized that we are currently sitting at another major support. Okay, good. So let me show you guys what I'm referring to. So basically, right now, these wicks that we have, as long as we can just not break this, which I don't think we will, this week will be a very interesting week, guys, because the stimulus checks have already been deposited in everyone's account, or most people's account. Otherwise, if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world, because again, we still do have that major support that if we break, honestly, that's a whole different story. But the good news is that it doesn't seem like we will, because we are at this whole different level that I just noticed. These wicks, it didn't just hit once, it actually hit twice. And as long as we could stay above the support, that would be really, really good. And actually, we actually hit it 3 times, so that's really, really good. I just noticed that. The stochastic RSI is kind of showing me a bad warning, because usually when we get in this area, we actually do have a sell-off. But the thing that's interesting is that our volume is reversing, meaning that the price action is reversing. So usually we had a lot of selling, but now we see a lot more green volume bars coming in rather than red. So volume, I would say I would count more on volume than I would on stochastic RSI. But I'm just letting you guys know that stochastic RSI on the 1 year, 1 day chart, again, I have to look at the other charts too, but on the 1 year, 1 day, it's not looking the best. And obviously, I'm mentioning this to you guys because I don't want my subscribers back holding in stock, so hopefully this will be of good use to you. But as I mentioned before, this is just the 1 year, 1 day chart, so don't worry. And actually, it's not even that bad, because I wouldn't even consider this a top. I mean, last time we were at this area, we actually went even higher, so that could be something that happens. And also, the reason why I'm not that worried about the stochastic RSI in this scenario is because of the fact that we actually have a major new support. It just has not been able to break it, which is really good. And hopefully, we are getting closer and closer to breaking this ultimate resistance, 1305. But now I'm going to be going over to the more intraday. Let's go see the 1 day, 1 minute to see if we could draw some more supports and resistances. So let's see, let's take a look. It looks like we just keep on hitting those major supports. This, what is this? This is the 985. That seems to be actually a major support. Okay, let's take a look. This is March 11th. Okay, this is March 12th. Wow, okay, so that 985 mark, what is this? Let me just see, just to be the most accurate. 986, 985. That's actually a major support. And we didn't even need to look on the daily to see that. That was actually something that we came up with through the 1 year, 1 day. That's why I emphasize so much. You guys should be looking at the bigger picture. Look at the 1 year, 1 day, and then hopefully it should align when you guys check on the intraday and more closely into the daily. Everything should just align very nicely, and that's actually what's happening right here. So I'm going to keep my support and resistances, guys. I don't feel like I need to move it any higher or any lower because it looks like, I mean, look right here. We hit 985, or at least we're very close to that, and then we bounce. We hit that area again, we bounce. We hit that area again, we bounce. And then we hit that area again, and then we bounce. Wow. But one thing I am going to do is I'm going to draw another resistance right here because this seems to be a level that we have not been able to break. 1127, is that what it is? Yeah, 1127, 1128. That's something that we should be aware of because it looks like we are having a little bit of trouble breaking it. Perfect. Yeah, 1128, 1127. That is perfect. If we could break that, that's amazing. And then as we break that, then another area that we also should be looking at if we want a break would be 1179 because that gets us to another major target zone. And then from there, we can go all the way up to 1229. We could go all the way up to 1229. I'm just deciding whether I should move this a little bit lower because so we go up, we break, then we break. Actually, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that resistance just a little bit lower all the way to the 1217 area, and I'm going to explain why in just a second. So basically, yes, we were able to break in one instance. However, as we came back down, we had a double bottom, and from there, the only area that we were actually able to hit was the 1217 area. We were not able to break. So I'm just trying to be as accurate as possible so we could have just confirmed areas that we would possibly be looking for. We don't want to be left back holding a stock, obviously, so I don't want to give any resistances that we might not even break. And by the way, guys, I am not a financial advisor, so everything I say is my own opinion, but at the same time, as I said, I don't want anyone back holding a stock. So the more accurate area would definitely be 1217, 1215 in comparison to 1229. So this was earnings, and then from earnings, we had that spike, major spike, then we went back down, and then again, we hit that support, which I drew a long time ago, and then we went all the way back up. So yes, guys, we need to be able to break this. If we don't, then we could be in this area for a long time, but that is not even the worst thing. Being in an area for a long time is not a bad thing at all, because if it consolidates for such a long time, it'll probably break resistance number 1 and resistance number 2 in a snap. It's going to go so fast that like no one's even going to be able to catch up with it, and then we're just going to have another major squeeze because everyone wants to get into AMC because there's a lot of money to be made, whether you day trade it or whether you hold it long, because it is a reopening play. Like, for the economy to reopen, I mean, it's a movie theater at the end of the day, so people are going to be watching movies back again. And let's check back on the 1 year, 1 day, because pre-COVID, let's see, we were all the way at like $30. So, I mean, obviously COVID did hit AMC pretty hard. However, I wouldn't be surprised, since this is a reopening play, to see back those $15 levels or even possibly the $20 level back again. The stochastic RSI is the only indicator that I am not too happy about, because usually when we do get in this area, it is indicating that it usually does have a sell-off. However, we're not even at the all-time highs for the stochastic RSI. It looks like we do have just a little bit more room to run, which is a good thing. Actually, no, we have a lot more room to run so we at the 88 and then 98, closer to 100. Yeah, never mind, guys. Stochastic RSI is not looking the best, however, it is showing room for more run up, so that's a good thing. And with that being said, guys, I'm now going to transition over to the stocks that Cathie Wood has been buying this week. The stock of the day that Cathie Wood and her ARK Invest team have been buying is known as ticker symbol AONE. This is a stock that they initially bought on February 24th of 2021. They purchased roughly 200,000 shares. And this is a stock that they keep on increasing the amount of shares they have, because now, on March 11th, they have roughly almost 1.6 million shares. And as you can see, their portfolio allocation into AONE has changed drastically. My conservative price target on ticker symbol AONE would be $20. However, I think it will surpass that because if you just compare to the other 3D printing stocks, they're around $30, but they did go to $70 before tech stocks had a major sell-off. But with that being said, guys, I am going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.